adjust the camera just a hair. Okay.
And yeah, it's gonna be very dark.
Oh,
It's
okay.
my tablet.
Okay, well, then you're good. I said, let me try and adjust this because it looks like it's a little off kilter. Let's see. Um, just a hair. I hate the fact that that our illustration basin is like right there. We go. That got to where it's away from the camera. But we are finally here. Sorry, it took us a minute because yeah, we had like and I'm gonna. There we go. Try and center it up a bit. There we go. People having to call us and wish us a Merry Christmas, and having to go to the store before the entire world shuts down for the weekend and stuff like that. So, you know, uh, all that last minute stuff. But we're here, and sorry to keep you guys waiting, but I'm glad to have you all here. Um, I hope everyone is having a good start to the holiday weekend so far. Um, and Marie, I know you're staying up really late. Because I know you're several hours ahead of us. You're well into the Christmas vigil.
We love
Some
you,
would say.
Marie. Thank you.
Yeah. But howdy, everybody.
To all of you night owls, we love you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will be up getting ready for Christmas dinner. What's funny is I'm having my brothers over tomorrow for Christmas dinner, and I had to explain to them, no, not on Christmas Eve because that's when my grandmother would traditionally do it, but Christmas Day because I always do a live stream on Fridays. They don't know what I do; they just know that I do a live stream on Fridays. So, and see what's fun about that is I can actually show you guys because my brother's never going to see this, so I can show you. I painted this for my brother as a Christmas present. So. See if you can see that. But that's my little buddy. I painted it from a picture, but that's my little cardinal that lives in the backyard. So he's going to be a Christmas gift. So okay. Well, 5 in the morning. Where Ashley for life? Where are you? And by the way, for folks that might be in the southern hemisphere, I feel like we can kind of appreciate what Christmas is and the winter solstice, or I say winter, but what it feels like for y'all because it's supposed to be 82 degrees tomorrow on Christmas Day, and
Break out the overcoats, kids. It's freezing.
yeah, so yeah, no, it's been very very windy today because the weather's just been really weird. Hmm? How cold is it where you're at?
64-ish.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes to kind of extremes right now from day to night. And during the day, it'll get up close to like almost 60 degrees.
What's it like at night?
Tomorrow it will be like 65 or higher. At night, though, it gets down to the 30s.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, see, that's what you would expect it to feel like in the wintertime, up in the mountains. Here in the deep south, it gets weird. So, but yeah.
Right now, it's unseasonably warm, though.
Wow, if that's unseasonably warm for y'all.
Degrees.
But, oh, in Estonia. Wow. And okay, and yeah, in Austin, Texas. I figured you'd be pretty similar to us, but Estonia. Wow, that's very much Eastern Europe. But thank you for staying up so late to join us.
Yes, we love you very much.
Yeah, and we're glad to have you all. And actually, there's quite a few things that were on the Cairo calendar. For this week, you have the feast of Amun Lifting the Sky. You have a couple of feasts for Neith, And today is also when Ra raises Ma'at, so they're all together here. And I borrowed a little bit. This is actually the Ramadan tablecloth, and of course, our little lamp. We're borrowing the motif, because it's seemed rather suitable. So let's celebrate. Let me find. I was having to move a whole bunch of stuff around. Oh, by the way, there will be this month's episode of the Kemetic How-To Guide will go public early in the morning here. It'll probably be more a reasonable hour for folks over in Europe, but on Monday. So, of course, if you're on Patreon, you can see it already, but it'll go visible on YouTube in a couple of days. So, I got that put together this week, and it should be a lot of fun. And then you will all know what the joke was about flicking water with a pine cone. Let's see, Darren knows what the joke is now.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Oh, haha. I Darren.
I'm joking.
Maybe I should flick you with water from a pine cone. So naughty.
You're welcome.
Huh. Really like the tone on this one. Have to keep this one on hand. Here we go. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me as Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, Anichiru. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands, our purity is within our hearts. We cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure.
I love you, boo.
I love you too. Don't make me get a pine cone. You're such a mess. Okay. And we'll go ahead and we'll light a bunch of candles this time. But we will start with this one to be our Eye of Horus. Come in peace, bright Eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light. The Eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light. The Eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes till none remain. Receive the light. The Eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who's tuning in now and in the future. The Eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we light this candle on Sobek. He's visited this weekend by his mother Neith. And We'll light our other candles. There we go. And this one. There we go. Wow, it's all lit up. Very cool. You arise in the Kepri, Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. I guess at this point, because we're addressing 3 creator gods and goddess, we'll have to address them all. Say, hail and praise unto you, Amun, Ra, Neith, who came from noon at the first time, such is their uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, Amun, Ra, Neith, who placed who at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, Amun, Ra, Neith, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, Amun, Ra, and Neith, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun, O Ra, O Neith, who rule with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Yenechuru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, they may cool your hearts. O Yenechuru, these waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yenechuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you, it adorns you, it takes its place upon your hands. O Yenechuru, we give to you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, Yenechuru. This bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Yenechuru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. Pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure is Amun within his house. Neith within her house. Sobek within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Horaketi, for Amun, Lord of Thebes, for Neith the Great, for Sobek, in every place that there are mortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Amun, O Neith, O Sobek. Come to your bodies, O Yonechadu, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people. Raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Amun, before Neith, before Sobek. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkepere Ra, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. From the gods to our blessed dead. We bring them this eye of Horus, that it may light their way through the light. And these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. You know, it's funny, I was over here setting everything up and putting a fresh candle in here earlier this evening, and I sneezed. And I tell you, I heard as clear as day. What would Amy always say?
Izuna,
Yes.
we know you're here, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
As are the rest of you.
Parakere ta hanket kakao updu senachumerhat kutnebet nafret wabet anket nachirim and cow and akupu nibu ma nibu kiranachra. A voice offering of bread, beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives. For the cause of all of these aku, all true of voice before the great god. And this is a feast where, Ra raises Ma'at. And by the way, somebody on the group posted it was a picture or video of the sun coming up through an open gateway in a temple on the winter solstice.
Yeah, I posted that to your Facebook page.
Oh, you posted the. Oh, okay. Because I didn't get a chance to really look at it in depth, but
Yeah, but I put that on your Facebook page.
okay. Well, thank you, because that's pretty awesome. But you know, I feel like this solstice especially, if you think about it, and set aside, the interpretation that we hear from, mainstream Wicca about, the goddess and the newborn sun and da da da. Um, Astronomically, this is at a point where the sun is at its southernmost point in the sky. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it's the northernmost point if you're, in the southern hemisphere. But either way, it's at the edge of its, track along the ecliptic, and then it'll start to move again. Actually, December 25th is when it's first noticeably, first noticeable increase in length in the day. But that means that we're kind of living on the edge, and especially for us here in the northern hemisphere, it's kind of felt like the edge of darkness. Especially the last week or so. And a lot of folks have been having to deal with difficult things. And I've been cleaning and doing stuff like that. All week. So my hope and prayer is that we can all start to move away from that edge and come back to finding our center.
And the light.
Yes. And so to that end, we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly your need has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Ennead says unto you, your word is law eternally. Isfet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion for such as the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality for such as the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity for such as the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness for such as the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth for such as the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good for such as the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance for such as the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others for such as the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay, I'm going to peek over. Okay, and one of our friends was really sick the last few days with a fever, but feeling better now. That's good. Yeah. Okay, and somebody was asking, those are beautiful prayers. How do you come up with those? We'd love to say this kind of stuff. Well, just to give you a little bit of a backstory on this, this is a much more expanded form of the rituals that I wrote that were in my original books. There is a something that's called the ritual to Amenephis the First. That's what it's called in the scholarly article where I got it. It's a really long one. It's basically, this was a daily ritual in a temple across the river from Thebes, but it was based on the daily ritual to Amun. And what's interesting is you can kind of compare it with others and find a lot of similar elements. So I took that and I condensed it, and that's what a lot of the things in here are. And I know people have asked me, because I printed up this little book. This is too short in and of itself, I think, to print as a book on something like Lulu, but if I can find some other things to add into it, I could make this something that anybody could get. I just this I printed it up with Print Shop. But I know I've had people ask about that, so after the holidays. But the other things that I read, the prayers to deities are actually in celebrating the Egyptian gods. So I had no idea when I published this originally in 2018. I had no idea what a favor I'd be doing myself for in a few years when we started doing these live streams, because I'm able to just flip alphabetically, like we're about to start with Amun, and read a hymn to him, and sounds kind of goofy, but anyway, a hymn to Amun, and this one is from one of the temples in the Oasis called Hybis Temple. Words of worship of Amun Ra Horaketi. May you awake beautifully, Amun Ra Horaketi, Atum Capri, Horus who traverses heaven, great falcon dappled of plumage, fair face, lord of the great twin plumes. May you awake beautifully upon the morning, through that which the entirety of the gods says unto you. Jubilation unto you in the evening, the stars worship you at night. The pregnant one lies down in the morning to bear you, your mother nurses you every day. Ra lives and the serpent dies. You are established while your rebels are fallen, so you might traverse the heavens in all life, stability, and dominion. You spend the day in your bark, your heart being pleased, Ma'at appearing at your brow. As Amun rises, so Aketi shines, and the twin horizons shine. The crew of Ra is in jubilation. Heaven and earth are in rejoicing. Heaven and earth are in exaltation. The great Enid makes a claim for you. Amun Ra Horaketi comes forth, true of voice. Osiris, foremost of the Westerners, great god, lord of Abydos, comes forth, true of voice. Amun of Hybis, great god, powerful of arm, comes forth, true of voice. Okay. O Ra who sets with Ma'at, Ma'at is joined to his brow. O Ra who rises with Ma'at, Ma'at embraces his beauty. O Ra effective through Ma'at, Ma'at is secured to his bark. O Ra mighty through Ma'at, whereon he lives every day. O Ra who made Ma'at, and whom one offers Ma'at. You placed Ma'at in our hearts that we may raise her up to your Ka. We know you live by her, and it is you who made her body. We are straight ones, free of lies, who do not practice deception. Hail unto you, O Ra, and to Ma'at. And hail unto you, O Neith the Great, the one who existed before existence, you who made all that is, who created all that exists. Eldest of the primeval gods, fashioner of Ra, mother of Ra who was at the beginning, unique one without equal, mistress of destiny, regent of fortune. Earth is under your command, and one does not make plans without your knowledge. Queen of the gods in heaven, sovereign of the gods in the earth, mistress of the bow, regent of the arrow, who keeps the arrow demons under your authority. Mistress of great fear, who created the twin crocodiles. Life and death are under your supervision. You fill sky and earth with your beauty, light the two lands with the rays of your eyes. You encompass your son as the light of the two lands. Father of fathers, who makes fertile the seed of gods and men. Great cow who nourishes all things. Mother of mothers, who is like no other. And to Sobek. There we go. Hail to you, twin of Ra, who arose from the primeval waters, Lord of Tashe, son of Neith, mighty god whose season cannot be seen, ruler of the rivers, governor of the winds, great male, rutting bull, Lord of love, Lord of the spirits, he who loves taking, great of terror. Drive off your wrath, let pass your raging, cut short your mourning, let your beauty come. Welcome in peace, O Lord of peace. And our friend Jory wanted to offer prayers of thanksgiving because his grandfather had surgery earlier this week, and he came through that, and now he's just recovering. And Jory is also he has a boyfriend and is happy and asks, that continue to be blessed and go well. Um, and I see I've got some other comments here. Okay, do I have a digital copy of the one that's too short? I would have to make one because Print Shop does not like exporting to PDF. It says it can, but it won't. So I would have to find a way to adapt that. So let me work on that. Will be a project for 2022 is to get a book available so that everybody can have that. But yeah, and we had someone who got recovered from COVID and offered praise to ISIS. And welcome to Alejandro. And a prayer request for strength/patience/good vibes. Visiting with family for the holidays. Not just myself, but for anyone who might be dealing with stressful family over the next week. Very, very good requests. And I heartily second that. Because, so many of us, have to deal with that. Thankfully, I'm just, we have our own house, and my brothers are coming to visit me.
Which means we can throw them out.
Yes. One of my brothers is actually going on sort of a date tomorrow. They're going to have lunch and then go, look at some Christmas lights. Because apparently is it Marshall, Texas?
Yeah,
they have.
Texas just goes freaking all out.
Yeah, it's like the whole town's lit up, and you can go drive through and
one of these years when I have some money and don't feel like life sucks, I'd like to go see that.
I went to that once a long, long time ago, and I think part of it is we ended up walking part of it. Yeah, I know. I'm like, well, there's other places where you can stay in your car and just drive around and see the lights. But anyway, well, may his date go well. And
not too well.
Well, it's not going to go too well. She's going to have her daughter with her. So.
Oh, that's right. There's a built-in cock block here, isn't it?
Darren.
Yay.
Well, I yeah, I'm not going to repeat what you said that had my other brother laughing so hard. But anyway, that was atrocious. Funny, but atrocious.
You're welcome.
But no, I hope they all have a good time.
Yes.
Because she needed something to lift her spirits, and my brother may be a mess, but he's a good person, and I'm sure they'll have a good time. So prayers for them, and yes, definitely for anyone who's having to deal with family over the holidays. We all know what that's like, and so we ask. Actually, I think there's a particular prayer that would fit. I can refer to. May you grant life, prosperity, and health, alertness, favors, and affection. May our eyes see you every day as ones righteous who set you in their hearts. Supply our needs of bread and drink, and guard our mouths in speaking. Come to us and give us counsel. Make us heedful of your wisdom. When one appeals to you, you come from afar. Lend your ears to the lonely and the poor. May you give breath to those who are wretched and bread to those who have none. Guardians of the weak, may you set the oppressed free, and let your blessings surpass all wealth. Hear us, O Ra, great lord of Yunu, and place your arms of blessing around all of those who have joined in your name. Let them rejoice in your bounty, and their hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neith and Upwa to open their ways for them, and may you protect them with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, the Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Capri at dawn, Atum at dusk. Ra Horaketi, as you rule the nine. Yeah, and a little bit more, backstory on some of the things going on, and I did some of the research that I did for the calendar is actually in Circle of the Sun, and like the major festivals, and there was one, it's called the name is translated as like the Great Burning, and seems like it was a bigger thing in the Middle Kingdom, but as time went on, it kind of shifted and wasn't as big of a holiday later on. But and so we don't have a whole lot of information about it. But it was around this time of year because we're reaching the midpoint of the Egyptian year, especially the end of this month. So January 13th is like the dividing point of a Kemetic year, and that's a big event. There's even chapters of the Book of the Dead that refer to things happening on the second month of winter, last day. That would be, as we calibrate it, January 13th. And so the whole month leading up to that is you've got a lot of things going on. And so, the general theme is that creation is coming to its fullness. Ra or one of the Amun or one of the creators has lifted, the sky from the earth and established the order of the world. And we don't have as much information for Neith, but it's possible that visiting Sobek, was involved in something, with that. And the Cairo calendar says you will see good come from her hands. And there also was something called opening the doors of the house of Neith. And so that's why you have this little clay model. It's meant to represent the shrine of Neith. But I need to make a better one because that one's trying to crack. And I can't put a lit candle in it without it getting kind of hot. So, this is version 1. There will be a version 2. But if there are any other requests, and including requests for divination, we can do those. Okay. Okay, Redcap has a prayer request for my mother who has just found out she has cancer. And if possible, a divination from Aset for me. Absolutely.
Redcap, I know where you've been. My mom's in the same boat.
Yeah. And Sarana, a prayer for mental health. My therapist is taking a vacation, won't be able to see me until Thursday. Hang in there, yes.
If you need us, call us.
Okay, and Typhoon Jackals as a prayer as well. May the masses come to have empathy and compassion for all life and people, and even their adversaries. Yes.
Amen.
Yeah. It's funny. I remember people were. I was like 10 years old, and it was around Christmas time, and we had something where we wanted to ask what were our Christmas wishes. And I remember at that point, and of course, this could be any year in a number of them. But there was a lot of violence going on between the Israelis and the Palestinians. And I think that was like the first time I ever went and looked up the words, or trying to spell them, because my Christmas prayer was, for the Israelis and the Palestinians to, stop fighting each other.
That's something we've been praying for
a long time. Yeah. Prayer request for Anubis for guidance. And that one person says, I don't really like to ask for prayers, but I think I need a little backup for this bad psychiatrist I have. I can't really escape her as I'm a minor.
You can't escape her because you're a minor. How old are you, honey?
Yeah, we might be able to offer a little bit of practical help.
How old are you?
Yeah, that one person, if you don't mind telling us how old you are. Okay, and prayer request for my mom who has terrible face pain due to Trigeminal neuralgia.
Oh man.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's not cool.
Mm. Well-being of all people. Okay, and we need some divinations. Okay. And that one person's 13. Mm.
It's a long ride. The one thing I would suggest is talk to mom and dad and say, we need to find another one because I'm not gelling with this one.
Mm.
And not every mental health professional gels with every client. And I say that as a mental health professional.
Yeah.
I've had clients where I've said, we're both working really hard, and you know what? You deserve better than what I can give you.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see if I can refer you to somebody.
Yeah.
And because that person doesn't need to feel like coming to see me is a bad bit of work. Yeah, you may work hard, we may discuss tough things, but it needs to be a safe place. It needs to be a good place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're in my thoughts and prayers, sweetheart.
Yeah. Okay, so we got some requests for divinations and also requests for prayers, for health and well-being for people two people whose moms are sick, and of course, yeah, Darren's mom has cancer too right now, so
And dementia.
yeah. So both. Oh, hang on, huh?
General health and well-being, I suppose.
Yeah. So we humbly ask you, O creators, on this, as we commemorate your establishing the order of the world, would you please bring life, prosperity, and health to those who need it, those who are seeking it, endurance for those who are just trying to make it through the holidays, trying to make it until they can see their counselors again. And Neith, you too hold the title of Opener of the Way. Can you help to please open the way for those that are seeking a better one, seeking guidance, seeking a better alternative for a psychiatrist in that one person's case?
Or anything they need better.
Yes.
And you know what that better would be.
Yes. So, okay. Our first divination request was from. Let me scroll back up here. Okay, and prayer request for Anubis for guidance. We got that. Okay, and Red Cap. From Aset. And Oanapu of Keen Face and Keen Ears. Should please give our friend Akira some guidance because she's requested it. And Red Cap has asked, Lady Aset, a divination. Interesting. Pardon is the choicest flower of victory. Pardon is the choicest flower of victory. So, like, I get the sense that means, like, okay, you won, don't lord it over anyone. Or if something, works out in your favor, be gracious. Pardon is the choicest flower of victory.
A gracious victor is one who deserved victory.
Yeah.
Period. If you're not gracious, then you won't be victorious for long.
So this could mean a couple of things. For one, something could go in your favor, but just when it does, you know, be gracious about it, and don't hold anything over anybody. So hopefully that has some relevance. Okay, our next one up. Okay. Don Peligro, divination, and then wolf. Is it warm and windy where you're at, Wolf?
We love you, man.
Yes.
Miss you.
Yeah. Okay, for Don Peligro. Wow.
You're gonna be here a minute. They have a lot to say. She spilled the entire basket.
Well, not the entire basket, but like 3 of these things popped out. Yeah. It was your turn to get multiples. So here's your first one. Don't be afraid of opposition. Remember, a kite rises against the wind. That's the first one. The second one. Now is a good time to finish up old tasks. And the third one, only when free from projections we can be aware of reality. So when you put all of this together, don't be afraid of opposition. Remember, a kite rises against the wind. And I feel like this should come next. Only when free from projections can we be aware of reality. Now is a good time to finish up old tasks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you want to talk about roadmaps?
Yeah.
Wow. They just drew you a picture. And I know you know what they're talking about. Don't play stupid.
Yeah, I think something mental has been holding you back. Don't.
Take all those should, oughts, and musts out of it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, free. Yes, don't be afraid of opposition. Yeah, don't. Yeah, when free your mind from projections. Projecting yourself onto a situation. Don't do that. Go with the flow. Finish up old tasks. They're telling you can do it. Okay. And now it's Wolf's turn. Here we go. And Wolf. The important thing is to never stop questioning. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure what that one, and it may be because I already know a few things about some of the stuff that's been going on in your situation, but that makes it a little harder for me to get any kind of a vibe. I almost get the sense that there may be some things where they know the answer already, but they did say Never stop questioning. Okay. Let's see. So next, Serrana and Alejandro. Okay. That's always your life in a handbasket. Okay, so. All right. Oh, and by the way, if there's any lag, it's saying the connection is unstable. Just bear with us. Let's see. Serrana and Alejandro. Yeah. Okay. So Serrana. I'm just came right out. Serrana. Happiness depends upon ourselves. Wow. I think somebody's a very straight shooter here. But Alejandro also requested Alejandro, time to break out of that corner, unstuck that rut. I kind of wonder if that's Neith. She's our straight shooter. Of course, also having the title opener of the ways. It's like right there. There it is.
It's open. Shut up. You go through.
It's open. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I know. Rosa says a prayer to Ra to let light shine in our hearts so that our spirits remain warm and strong during the winter. Yes. Oh, and I guess regarding our advice for that one person, says, thank you so much. I really needed that. So, okay, so Akira and Imagination Bound. Okay, and that one person's going to head to bed soon. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
It's a privilege.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome anytime.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Merry Christmas. We love you.
Mm-hmm. And Merry
Happy holidays.
Yes. Merry Neithmas, I guess.
Yes.
But and Wolf says yes, warm here and we'll be in the 80s tomorrow as well. Of course.
Yeah. Well, he ain't that far from here.
Right. Yeah. About 3 hours drive, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, Akira and Imagination Bound. And then we got a couple more after that. Going two at a time. So for our pal Akira, Anapu, if you would give us some pointers. Here we go. Okay. Akira, the will to do and the soul to dare is yours for the taking if you prepare. The will to do and the soul to dare is yours for the taking if you prepare. An Imagination Bound. Okay. You are grateful for the small pleasures in life. Of course, I get the sense that that might be a little bit of guidance saying to be grateful for the small pleasures in life. But there you go. Okay, oh, and Sean joined us a few minutes ago. And that's awesome. Yeah, we were all running kind of late, but let's see. And okay, Melis GF would like a divination from Hathor, and yes, and then the Imagination Man says it's hard sometimes to remember the little things when big things are happening all around you. Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah, and sometimes it's those little things that get us through when all the big things are going on.
Yeah.
You know, I can't tell you how many times, you know, something like writing, since we mentioned that, you know, just that's kind of kept me going sometimes when everything else was just So yeah, find that one thing that, you know, that gives you joy and keeps you going. Because it's not that little, you know, we may call it that, but it isn't. So
nothing is trivial.
yes. Okay, so for Melos. Okay. Malice. Achievement is 1% aspiration and 99% perspiration.
Just because you thought about it doesn't mean you've done it.
So, well, whatever it is that you're wanting or that you're going for, you know, put in the time, put in the work.
Yeah.
But you will get there. You'll be able to count it as an achievement. And I think we have some folks that are not with us right now, and it might be because it's Christmas Eve and a lot of people have parties and stuff like that going on. Because like our pal Kai Sobek, he just graduated high school.
Congrats to you.
Yeah, well, I didn't notice him on tonight, but he's usually
right.
He usually tunes in. So you know, he might be with family right now.
And if you are, we love you. We miss you.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. Congratulations.
Yes. And I know he always asks for prayers for a long life for his grandmother. And you know, we've got some other folks that have grandmothers and family members that they always, you know, ask for, you know, health and wellness for them. And I have folks that I think of, and including particularly high on my list is a certain Peter Cullen and Frank Welker. Because they're both very, very nice people, and I was so glad to get to meet them in 2019. Before, of course, we met.
We've known Peter Cullen for.
Actually, you know what? This July it will be 25 years since we first met the voice of Optimus Prime.
Yeah, and yes, he is as cool as you would hope he is.
Yes, he is. He is as awesome as you would think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, he's even more so.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what. One of my favorite memories was there was a convention, and it's funny. The first time we met him, he didn't have any, like, you know, security or anything, because no in the late 90s nobody knew, nobody cared.
Yeah.
It's just us really hardcore fans. But there was one time in 2015, of course, by that point you had all the big movies and stuff, and so
yeah, the Transformers.
Yeah, the Bayformers, as I like to call them. But you know, he has to have basically an escort everywhere he goes. And he was in the midst of being whisked off, and I just was, you know, he's like halfway across the room, and I was like, you know, we love you. And he just called out, and you know, it was almost in that same timbre as Optimus Prime. He said, "Love you too, sweetheart." And I was just like, melt, you know.
Yep, and he also has stopped security details
Yeah,
to talk to us too.
yeah, but
He was very kind,
yes.
as is Mr. Welker.
Yeah, it's just he's Mr. Walker's a little more reserved. He's not quite as like, but I think Peter Cullen is a Leo. His
Yeah.
birthday's a few days before mine, I believe. So, in which case, that kind of warm Leo, sunny
Yeah.
thing, you kind of get that vibe. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, it's funny. Some other folks, so envious. I love, you know, our two voice actors. We would love to meet them. Uh, and it's funny. Akira was saying I had a dream the other day where Peter Cullen was rapping in his Optimus voice.
Oh my God, I don't know if I want to hear that.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Nobody has this on videotape, which is too bad because I didn't get to see this. But okay. Hang on, let me turn this down. I'm getting some
Feedback.
yeah. There we go. Okay, but the very first convention that he was at, he actually sang some kind of like, as someone described it, like lounge lizard kind of song in Optimus Prime's voice.
Oh,
But we missed that panel, so I didn't see it. So it has passed into legend.
yes.
Now story goes that he and Mr. Welker have gone and done karaoke together, and he did like his Eeyore voice, and they switch to different voices as they're doing karaoke. But this is like
I'd have paid money to see that.
yeah. Well, that's like somewhere in Burbank.
Yes, I'd have paid money to see that.
Again, the legend. Well, now I can't think of what's that song? Peter Cetera and Amy Grant. Next time I fall in love. And you were saying hearing that as Optimus Prime and Megatron
Yeah.
would be. I'm like, I hear that song and I'm like, oh God, that would be so insane.
You're welcome, folks.
All right. Okay. Marie needs to go and be up in 4 hours. We love you.
We love you.
Thank
Happy
you for joining
holidays.
us. Yes, happy holidays. Okay. And Rebecca also is gonna head out.
Happy holidays. We love you too.
Yeah. Okay. You're in front of Vegas. I had a few margaritas. Okay.
Happy holidays. Have one for us. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and as always, we thank those of you that are actually tuning in live, and you're from places where it's not a very friendly hour. We thank you for joining us and hanging on with us for an hour, and we hope that you have a good weekend, and I love this because it gives us a chance to express our faith for the weekend, because it makes it a little easier to share with everybody else who's celebrating Christmas, because we don't have to feel left out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the love you give us each week could never be boxed.
Mm-hmm.
It's simply too big to be put anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't begin to tell all of you how much you mean to both of us.
Yeah.
We love you. We'd never cover it, but it's a good start.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just as grateful for this, because it's a chance for us to connect with people, once each week, and it's great. So. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. And of course, if anybody has any other requests or anything that we missed, just let us know. let's go ahead and here we go. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure as the name of Atum, foremost of the great need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Gebet, the Earth's Ba, endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Unu, endures. As the name of Osir, Kentia Mentiu, endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet, endures. As the name of Horus in Pei, endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep, endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenyu, endures. As the name of Ra in the Aket endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Yenichiru. O Amun, O Neith, Sobek. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. Amun, Neith, Sobek. May you go forth in peace, O Yenichiru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And, as Coach just said, it makes me happy to come here even briefly when I'm at work, because it's a weekly thing to look forward to. And absolutely, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, just Kemetic things. Explaining your Kemetic jewelry to your Catholic family on Christmas. Yeah. Well, I tell you what. You want to talk about explaining something? I think I was wearing this, and I'll take it off so you can see. But this is a rosary that I made for Neith, and of course it's got an ankh on it. And I was wearing this. Let's see, can the camera see that? Well, kind of. Tell you what, if I've got it against that, you can see it a little bit better. Anyway, while I was wearing that, when we went to Passover.
Yeah.
The last year that we did, this was about 3 years ago by now.
Yeah. In the before times.
Yeah, I know. Well, I remember I was telling you about this because somebody asked me about it, and they're like, "Oh, that's really neat. What is that?" You know, and or I can't remember exactly what it was. They weren't real specific, but what I told them was, well, this is in the Passover story. Apparently, it's related that. When the Hebrews left out of Egypt, they took some Egyptian gold and things with them. And so this is to represent some of the things that they took. And I remember telling you about that, and you were like, oh, that's a good line of BS.
That's slick.
That's
yeah, that's slicker than snot on a doorknob, man. That's
gross. But yeah, but you're like, oh yeah, that's a really good line of BS. But hey, huh? Yeah, yeah. Or here's another thing. Tip for anyone who's wearing an ankh. I have seen those listed on eBay under the name Surfer Cross.
Yeah, dude. So it's like
yes,
it's a Surfer Cross.
Yes, you can call it a Surfer Cross. And if it really comes down to it, and people, you know, especially if they're Catholic, and you really need to whip this out. A Catholic friend of ours told us that if someone tells you that you're going to hell, they are committing the sin of despair.
That's right.
Because they're despairing in God's ability to save you.
That's right.
So.
They're also giving up their own seat. That's not fair either. They've worked their whole life to get that front seat in hell.
Yeah. So yeah. So just some tips to help you navigate with family. A little something to help you.
Now
Yeah.
remember, that's the Christian telling that joke
Yeah.
on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And Akira says, I'm grateful. At least my family is accepting. Some of my family are African diaspora religion too, so most are cool with it. That's cool. Um, yeah. Yeah, and I know that won't work with everyone, but if it helps you with anywhere, you use it where needed.
And suddenly a quote of my father's is coming to mind.
What is that?
If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit. And wait, before you sign off,
Okay. Hmm.
Don't go anywhere, yo.
Oh,
This is the coolest part.
What are you going to do?
Can't tell you that.
Oh, I bet I know now. You're going to dim the lights.
Well, just tell people.
All right. Well, okay. Well, stay tuned before we all sign off.
If you
My-
leave,
my
you'll
tech-
make a crippled guy cry.
Oh. There we go. Oh wow, Rose has a Muslim stepmom who banned her at my shrine from her house, but don't live there anymore. That's good. But yeah, there you go. That is really nice.
What? That's right.
No, Rose was saying that they have a stepmom who's Muslim,
Uh-huh.
and did not want a shrine in her house. Obviously.
Uh-huh.
But they're out of the house now, so
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, there we go. That's and instead of Christmas lights, this is what we have. So, and that's really nice. So, all right. Well, thanks for hanging in there, and
We'll see you next week.
yes, and actually next week is going to be New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, well,
We should have some beer for New Year's Eve. This is a Kemetic event. We should have some beer.
yeah, well, cool. Well, we'll have to work on that. But thanks again, guys.
We love
Happy
you.
holidays. Hang in there. We love you. We'll see you soon. Oh, I was going to say, don't turn it back off.
Go, okay, well, here you go.
See you next week, guys.